Off of 1964 here, with some selections found over Cheltenham Festival, including the horse for Gold Cup and backing, and I'm not sure why I'm backing it, but I'll explain that in a few minutes. Triumph Hurdle. I've got a couple of possibilities here I've actually got money on, and I've actually backed One Horse Town at 50 to 1, but I just feel waiting a bit too far off, and I'm not quite sure I like the horse quite so much as Highland Crystal. Also just had 3 hurdle ones, no national flat ones, 1 or 3 of them, only one soft ground. I think it's going to be soft ground tomorrow. The rain, I think it's been quite heavy just overnight beforehand, and I think it'll be quite heavy later on. So I think it's going to be good to soft, and I think it'll hit soft. I think it'll be rather than good soft in place. I think it'll hit soft ground. She won 3 times all on stiff tracks at Ponchestown, Newbury and Naas. I guess useful mare's allowance, so I'm going to go for that one. County Hurdle, I'll go for Ooh Betty, of course, famously catch phrase from Michael Crawford's character, and some others do have them. Saying Wannikin name really, as of course Ooh Betty's actually a mare, so I'm just starting wondering if the name really ties the horse correctly, because it surely should be a gelding really. But anyway, we're rare for Mare's Hurdle at Ascot last time out. All the last 3 wins all been stiff tracks of Sandown, Kempton and Ascot. Came second behind Golden Ace, of course. Also went on to win the Cheltenham Hurdle next year, in the listed race at Cheltenham in April 2024. So only time she's actually won at the track. So again, I think we're waiting to say it's decent. She's a decent horse, and the price is a decent price as well. Mare's Chase, not a race I'm a greatest fan of. I think really because of a better race than this. Also saying we're past Libertine when the race named after. I think it's a bit of nepotism here with Raleigh Cohen being former chair of Cheltenham, of course with father Sam Raleigh Cohen. But Dinoblue is the one who was tipped most in preview events, has a decent record in small sort of fields. I mean, he's won early careers, won 13-40 a race, but since then he's had a good record in smaller field races, won the race last year quite easily. I think she's the best horse in race. I'm really looking at ratings of the others, I think, and price. I think we're too far behind with prices to actually be a value bet. So I don't think the race really should exist, but Dinoblue I think is one I'm going for this one. The Albert Bartlett, known as a Spa Hurdle, officially. Being here for Park Princess, want to again another mare right at the bottom of the field here. She won 3 from 5, the only disappointment being quite well beaten effort at work on heavy ground, maybe ground not suiting her enough. She's won on between good and soft, so I don't think anything with ground tomorrow will actually harm her. No one there, one of X's, but if you ever see the thing here, is that no one passes everything. Of my sort of shortlist things of rating, ground, going, jumping, distance, acting at Cheltenham. But Park Princess lost by a nose at Haydock, and if she'd actually won that race, she'll qualify. So I'm going to go for her here. She's close to winning that listed race. One of the mares is a hurdle at Doncaster last time out. We'll stay the trip, but almost certainly looks like that. Walker Parker Sires, the Sire Gold Cup winner. I don't know where you're thinking. There's also over various distances. Also Saz Duvan, Min, John Bond, Nick Rocket. So it's all sang horses over basically 2 miles up to Grand National winners there. So I don't think it was any greatest problem. Now the Gold Cup, I go from no way of thinking. Basically, the race from ratings have been top. I don't know why. I think that's wrong. And the argument is why am I backing horse? I think the ratings are wrong. Well, I decided in my bets I use racemen's ratings, so I've got to use them. But I'm sceptical here. I have to say, I know way of thinking is probably worse if you took the Gold Cup runners running next year. It's probably worst form possibly since Midnight Quarter 78 winner, and he was injured, so I'm not sure he won in 79. Look at Raceforce ratings, for example, up into the late 80s when they came in, that was it on Raceforce website. His form's the worst of everybody. I thought maybe Cool Ground and Cool Dawn might have issues. They'd him a wit season next year. They did better than he has. I mean, Cool Ground came second at Rushing Wild in, I think, Bombay Casualty might have been, and I think Cool Dawn had some sort of form. And then before, and the rest of the horses at least had some sort of form. But I'm going to go, he's been well supported. It's, amazing effort to actually, and Gavin Cromwell to pull this off. It'd be one of the training performances I think I've ever seen, if he does. So I'm going to go for that. I'm not sure about who else really. I was tempted by Long Press. Still, he's not my 11-year-old. I mean, we had Winner Stairs Hurdle yesterday. But I like how the horse is won within a furlong of a distance, and he's just his Cox Chasing is slightly above a furlong off. So I'll be tempted by Long Press, and I put a bet on him. So he might be better value, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going for I know you're thinking, but he'll do well. He'll probably be pulled up, basically. Last 2 races, I'm heavy outside in the Fox Hunters. What a glance. The only 2 qualifiers were him and Velasquez win a Wonderwall. Waterland has actually won at Cheltenham, which he's actually won slightly further, slightly shorter. So he actually, of course, he probably isn't good enough, but ratings, he's not that far behind in rating compared to some of the top horses. It's a huge price and it's worth a little bit of a play here. Don't often bet each way as well, but I score each way, bet on him as well. And finally, the Capo Glory. There's a wide shortlist of me, Martin Pipe, Disney Jockey's Handicap Hurdle. And at ratings and the odds, he's the selection for me.